Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Agenda Season Podcast.
Welcome.
I'm your host, Kenneth, with my co-host,
Big Jashawn.
This Pop.
and today we're going to review the games of the week, man. We're going to do our takeaways from the games, and we're just going to talk a little bit of shit. So,
Yes, sir. Week one.
Let's get to it. What game we starting out with, Pop?
Panthers Falcons.
Panthers-Falcons?
All right. Quick breakdown.
Very quick.
It was like, I don't know.
It was an AFC South game.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
What makes me mad about the Falcons is like, you draft Drake London top 5, you draft Kyle Pitts top 5, and I'm not gonna use them at all.
Hey, Kyle Pitts had 2 receptions, which is
It's
better than what he been getting.
But like through like the first 3 quarters, he had like none. Like the 2 receptions was like very far apart. They don't even get targeted. That's my problem with them.
Yeah. What was it? Desmond Ridder had more catches than Drake London?
He did.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's 5 overall.
Falcons proved you don't need a quarterback. You don't need tight ends. You don't need receivers. You just need fat guys, and you need 2 running backs, and you're going to win some games.
Hey,
And
131 yards, 2
secondary.
touchdowns on the game.
Shout out Bijan and Algier, man.
I like Algier a lot.
Let's talk about Bryce. Bryce does not look good, man.
Bryce is not ready.
He did not look good.
I feel like
Now, it's his line and his receiving options awful.
all his receivers.
He's not at Bama no more.
But he is not making them look better.
I mean, it's not like he had like talent with him in his last year at Bama. Like his last year at Bama was pretty talent deprived, like receiver wise.
I just don't think he's ready, man.
He's not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not because it's like his first game of the NFL. He's not gonna be ready.
He didn't
Like,
look great in preseason either.
They
There's a-
didn't give
there's
him
a-
no time to throw.
There were 2 rookie quarterbacks that looked better than him,
That's
which is
fair,
not a
but,
great
like,
sign.
Did you see what happened every time he dropped back?
Yeah, he was running for his life.
Exactly. Like, how is he supposed to look good? He's already a smaller guy. Like, as a smaller guy, you need to protect. And he wasn't getting none of that. So I'm like, I believe in Bryce. I'm not
Russell
gonna
Wilson
lie.
was doing it with bullshit. But
I mean-
Russell Wilson is also Russell Wilson, so.
Yeah, Russ needs to be sleep on Russ because he sucks now. But Russ was him.
You know, Russ never had
The thing
a
about
single
the
MVP
old
vote.
days,
Never.
Never
it's
a
they
single
the
MVP.
old days, Pop. They
They
old days.
are the old
That's
days.
the old days.
All right.
That could be a transition.
Speaking of old, that Commanders building. Nah. Cardinals building is geriatric. From what everybody
stadium?
says. Yeah,
Oh,
their
FedEx
stadium and
Field.
their facilities.
Nasty.
I think they ranked F.
Yeah, it was
And,
like it was
everything.
the worst in the whole grading. But Cardinals, Commanders.
16-20.
Yeah.
This was way too close for my liking. Like I was watching this game and I was like, and I drafted Commanders defense in my fantasy league. So I'm like, all right, they gonna go to work on them. And these niggas was out here competitive. They didn't get the fucking the memo. That was supposed to be
I'm
tanking.
like, the Cardinals not taking or the
The Cardinals are definitely tanking. If you look at the game, the offense didn't do too much. It was the defense. That defense was trying to kill Hal.
6 sacks. Cardinals had 6
When
sacks on the
Gannon
day.
said he want killers, them niggas took it.
Yeah,
literal.
they
was trying to kill that.
They played
man.
hard. I'm not gonna lie. They
So-
played hard. James Conner was pissing me off on a fantasy
I
perspective.
told you.
I
told
know,
you.
bro. I know. But
Isn't he a goal line merchant?
yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Red zone merchant.
He ended up getting like 14 carries for like 60 yards,
Told
something
you.
like that. Yeah,
Mid.
it is mid, but like he was my. It's not like I drafted him as my first running back. He was like my second. It was
Yeah.
like RB2 for me.
Not too much to say about this game. Commanders were supposed to win. They did. Cardinals fought harder than they should have if you tanking. But you got to make the tank look convincing. So
And Sam Howell did not look good, man. I
he
didn't
had
believe
moments.
in the Commanders in the first place, but my Sam Howell agenda is falling apart.
He had his moments. He
Sam
had a
Howell's
nice
agenda
little
was
scramble for the
ridiculous to
TD.
begin with. What possessed you to do that?
Because, man,
He had a-
week 18, it tricked a lot of us, man.
He had a nice little scramble for a TD. What they call it, sneaky athletic.
Sneaky athletic. That's what they talk about. That's what they call the white boys. I wanted like a bigger game from Dotson. I thought he was gonna really like pop off, and that was my agenda this season. I said Dotson and Olave are gonna be my breakouts this year.
Olave didn't disappoint,
Olave did not disappoint.
but we'll get
You know
to
who
that.
did disappoint? Motherfucking Kirk Cousins and them Vikings, man.
Oh, what a transition!
Is that a transition?
Let's
talk about it.
Okay, ESPN.
Bucks upset the Vikings 20-17. Listen, Jettis came through. He had what, 153
Nigga,
yards.
Jettis had the best block of the game.
Jettis was out tackle. That was a tackle. That was a hit stick.
Said, boom.
Jettis was out there playing. Listen, Jettis, stop fucking with them other purple niggas. Come fuck with a real purple team, man. I know you tired of losing.
Just for Lamar to underthrow him? Say no. Like, I just had
nasty one more.
Nah, niggas know I love Lamar. I just had to sneak in a little joke.
Y'all got anything to say about Bucks Vikings?
Vikings, no run game, which is, surprise, surprise, because Dalvin Cook isn't there anymore.
Dalvin Cook wasn't running the ball when he was anyway, but
I mean, it's not like he was running the ball well last night either.
I'm surprised the Buccaneers even won because I thought they were tanking. They're probably still tanking.
Yeah, big takeaway from that is Baker Mayfield does not want to give up his job. Therefore, he does not want to tank. Therefore, he's tryharding.
I mean, I guess. But it's not like he lit it up. He threw for like 170.
Listen.
But he did come in clutch in like the clutch when he needed to, and he played really hard. Like, I respect Baker because like no matter what, he's gonna give you his best.
How many turnovers did Kirk have? I think he had what, 3?
3? No, he
had one.
He lost 2 fumbles in the first half.
Yeah, he had 1 interception though.
One
That was
pick,
like goal
one
line.
pick,
That
two
was the one.
fumbles.
That was the one Jadis tackled the guy.
Yeah, it's over for Big Kirk.
Rashad White tricked me and all the fantasy people because
Could have told you that.
17 carries for like 40 yards. I was just looking at him.
That offensive
I'm glad
line
I had
isn't
him on my
good.
bench.
The offensive
But-
line's not good.
But it's not even that. Like the Vikings defense is garbage. Like
But
if he was gonna go off at any point, yesterday would have been the day. And he just, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't draft him like very high up. He was like my 3rd running back in like most of my leagues. But yeah, Godwin made like one really nice catch.
Yeah.
It was like on the sideline. Like it was a really nice grab. I like that.
Yeah, Evans, as much as Evans wants to get out of there, he's still getting numbers.
Because he's too fucking good.
He's that good. He's top 5. And
Jettis,
he's always left out of the top 5.
Addison had a good game.
Addison did have a good game. He had a TD. He was sitting on my bench while he had a TD. I was upset about that.
That's
He
had
was
a
sitting on my
good
bench
team.
too. I had him on my bench and I started George Pickens. You don't get to that. You don't
Nasty.
get to that. I like Jettis. That's why you draft him first overall.
Because he's
gonna get
he's
you
wide
every-
receiver 1.
He is
Like,
wide
easily.
receiver 1. I don't want to hear that Jamar stuff. I love Jamar, but Jettis is 1.
Jez is better.
Jettis is 1.
All right, let's move on.
Rams Seahawks.
Rams. Seahawks.
This was my biggest disappointment of the week. Y'all know I was high on the Seahawks. I said they're the best team that's not going to win the division in the NFC. So they'll be like 5th seed.
Listen, we always kept talking about Geno not writing back. He wrote back.
He wrote back.
That
man.
nigga,
He wrote
he was
back.
ducking the smoke.
He
was
wrote
not
back
trying
and
to
signed
stand
it.
in
Oh
there.
my God.
My first note is literally just whoa. Like taken aback that they lost, especially in this type of fashion.
Yeah, they got dick down.
I mean, like, divisional games always like 50-50, but like they had no business losing this. Like, they had no business losing this game, and I was so disappointed because I was high on them. Their secondary, I was high on their secondary. I was very high on their secondary, and I spoke like very highly of them. Disappointed me.
Props to the Rams.
Props to the Rams.
Shout out Stafford. I tried to say you was cooked.
Puka
You proved
Nacua.
otherwise.
Stafford is good, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Stafford, you're good.
Stafford is good.
You still got it. Obviously, you bounced back from that back.
Like Pop said, Puka Nacua. Shout
Tutu
out
Atwell.
to you, dog.
I did not know Stafford could throw to colored receivers. Didn't know.
Puka Nacua, bro.
Puka, I was not rating you before the season.
That's
you
the
alright.
Samoan Cup.
Samoan Cup.
Samoan Cup.
Aaron Donald's back. He destroying offensive linemen. So it was just a overall just upset. And Rams might be back.
And then DK, that stupid shit he did, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
What
is
you
wrong
think
He
with
he
got
gonna
a
get fined,
problem,
like,
man.
The
him.
fine gonna
At
be
least
crazy.
like 30 bands because the nigga's hurt.
Yeah, the nigga, he's hurt.
He hurt
is
him.
hurt.
So at least 30K.
He got a rib contusion.
Yeah, he get.
If DK hit me, man, I might die. So
Yeah, that nigga is big.
He's-
That guy is.
That nigga always be throwing temper tantrums though. It's like
He
you
do.
too
it's
big
the
to be doing.
roids, man.
It's all the candy. That
It's
nigga
all the
say-
candy, bro.
This nigga say
You know what his
he eats
diet
just
is
candy.
insane. Like I said, I don't have no meals. I drink coffee and eat candy in the morning,
Yeah,
and then go to work out.
Nah. Packers Bears.
This
Packers back.
I
Man,
told y'all about Jordan Love.
Rest in peace, my Justin Fields agenda before it even got
It's
off the
looking
ground.
nasty, man.
yeah, Justin Fields is not it, man.
It's
That was
looking nasty,
you
bro.
can put all the weapons that you want to around the bad quarterback, but the bad quarterback is still going to play like a bad quarterback, and it's unfortunate because I wanted Justin Fields to be good, but
His line didn't give him no help.
They didn't give him no help.
No help.
But even when they tried to go quick
Chase
game,
Claypool?
he was just missing.
Did you see Chase Claypool yesterday?
Chase Claypool just wasn't doing anything. But that's
I've never seen like
trading a
He looked like me
first
out
round
there,
pick basically for Chase
it was a
Claypool.
first round pick. It wasn't basically. It was a 32nd pick. That's a first round pick.
that's a first round pick.
It is a first round pick. That was nasty. Like, I don't even know what to say. I
Now,
don't know what to say. Like
on
that.
the opposite side, the Packers offense looks good. Jordan Love can make the throws.
I told y'all about Jordan Love, bro.
They did it all without Christian Watson too.
No Christian. Romeo Dobbs and Christian. I was telling y'all, Romeo Dobbs is him.
Aaron Jones also played well.
Aaron Jones is him as well.
He's hurt now though, unfortunately. Can we talk about injuries
I don't think
real
he's
quick?
worried about that.
No,
I don't think
we
he's
gotta
too worried
get
about
the
that.
injuries as we go through.
Alright. No, I'm talking about injuries league wide.
It
No,
is.
as we hit
If-
each game.
It feels like injuries just have been going crazy throughout the league is what I meant.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones did do something with his hamstring though. I think he actually did.
He
get
did,
hurt.
but like during the game, I don't know if y'all was watching, but I was watching it, but like they had the sky cam on him when he was laying down getting stretched. Pause. When he was laying down, when he was laying down getting stretched, he just threw the shit up. He was like, I'm cool. So I'm guessing he cool. He flicked up. He was laying on the ground chilling, flicked up, and I was like, I guess he not. It's not that bad.
He was blowing the team out. He was like, you know what? It hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play, man.
We'll see how it looks. I was big on Jaden Reed because like I paid a lot of attention to the Packers in the offseason because we had joint scrimmages against them.
Mm-hmm.
So I always going down like the rabbit hole of beat reporters. So I found out a lot about them. Like Luke Musgrave, I drafted him in a lot of fantasy leagues because like he was kind of cooking against us.
What's their DN's name again?
Rashad Gary? Gary?
Rashad Gary, yeah.
Yeah.
He came back from that injury
Mhm.
looking really nice. Cowboys.
Man, a 40 piece.
If I talk, I pray the Giants never win another football game ever. I was up 40 points in my fantasy matchup, and the guy I was going against, my man Alex, had the
Cowboys.
Dallas defense
Yeah.
and Greg Zuerlein yesterday. He was down 40 points.
He cooked.
He
He
35 points on defense. How do you get shut out in 2023?
Getting shut out not only at home but in the
Against a
season
rival?
opener.
At home?
Yeah,
Divisional rival?
and
that
then
is
getting
nasty.
a 40-piece dropped on you when the quarterback. Dak didn't even throw for 200 yards. He threw for like 147.
Yeah, he threw-
Dak
He
didn't
didn't
feel
throw
like
for a
doing
bunch of
anything.
yards.
He just was there for vibes, and the defense carried.
Man, Daniel Jones' contract is going to
Looked terrible.
It looks bad already, but it's going to cripple the Giants because they already don't have any weapons around Daniel Jones.
They don't wanna pay Saquon.
Daniel Jones' surprise last season was, oh, he's a white boy that can run. Everybody knows that he can run now. He's cooked.
Shout out Durant, your team's ass.
Duran, shout out to you, bro. But you're going to just stick to basketball.
Them niggas is not winning for you.
How do you even choose the Giants as a fandom? Like, did you start watching football in, what was it, 2011?
Them Eli Manning years, man.
Oh, Manning tricked him.
Manning tricked
Manning
him.
tricked
He
y'all.
seen that Odell catch. It was like, hold on.
He fell in love.
He seen the pass with them Brady upsets and was like, yeah, these the guys. They not the guys, bro. I'm sorry.
Man, the Giants, I got beef with the Giants, man. It's really up.
You can't even say it was just Daniel Jones. Saquon was
Saquon
fumbling.
was garbage. Like,
He was-
Saquon was garbage.
But asking for all that money, folding on your whole position group, and then taking that little bit of extra change, and then looking garbage like that, just it's not a good look, Saquon.
It's a very bad look. I'm not gonna lie. It is a very
You
bad
not
look.
running that bread off that
You know,
week one.
I wasn't too low on the Giants defense at all, and they also
I was high
did
on
not
them.
come to play. I
I
thought
was
they were
high
going to be.
on
I thought
them.
they
I
were gonna
told
be
y'all
like a
we had to
top
see
half
Wink do it
defense.
again. We had to see
I
Wink do
told
it
y'all.
again.
I remember when we did our predictions. I was like, all right, they'll go 8 and 9. I didn't see them making the playoffs, but I was high on the defense because they got Deontay Banks and they had Adoree in the secondary.
Wink, man.
Dexter Lawrence.
Wink.
It's Wink.
I mean, don't say it's Wink. Wink is nice.
It's a reason we got rid of Wink, man. That's
Did
all
y'all
I can
get
say.
rid of Wink, or did he choose to go to?
We packed Wink's ass up.
Really?
Yes, that nigga is good when he has talent on the back end that you can leave on islands. When you're playing up against C.D. Lamb, healthy Michael Gallup, who's that tight end in Dallas?
Oh, Jake Ferguson and Schoonmaker.
Exactly. When you're playing against niggas that can beat one-on-ones, it's not looking good. And he doesn't
I
understand
mean, but it's not even like
They didn't even get
the
beat
offense
in
didn't
the,
even
in the
do
air
much.
that bad.
No.
That
the
was
offense
it. Was
didn't
all
do nothing.
defense.
It was a
Like
dick
their defense, like the Giants' defense, didn't even get a chance to like show themselves because the offense just kept giving turnovers.
But you got to put your defense in a position when your defense has to be the lifeblood of your team, like it's going to have to be for the Giants. You got to put your defense in a position to
But
help out the offense.
you gotta
That's
at
the
least-
thing though.
you
Before
gotta
the
at least
defense
run
even
the
got
ball
onto the
well.
field, them niggas was down 16.
I can't even argue with it.
It's like you gotta help. It's like it's complimentary football. Like he was getting no help.
Okay, how y'all feel about the Cowboys moving forward?
I think the Cowboys are going to be good.
I told you,
had
best
them,
defense in the league.
I had them pretty good.
We think they coming out the NFC?
I think they're winning the NFC East.
Out of the NFC, period.
Oh, like to the Super Bowl?
You think they
No.
best team in the NFC?
I think so far. I struggle to believe in them to like clutch up, but like talent wise, they got the best roster in the league.
Michael Parsons is a monster.
Micah
Mike
Parsons,
is a monster.
defensive player of the year, is coming. Like everybody you got to see it coming. It's coming. Like he's like you can't hate. I love watching him play, but I think the Cowboys defense is the best in the league so far. I got 5 defenses at the top. It's Cowboys, Cleveland, not in any order, but Cowboys, Cleveland, Jets, Pats, and San Fran. But I don't rate San Fran that highly because I don't like their secondary at all. Like their secondary is very open. But the other 4, I believe, like this San Fran front 7 is just
Godly.
it's just so elite at like just doing everything right. So it props them up.
Did
But
you
their
name the
secondary,
Eagles?
huh?
Did you name the Eagles?
Nope, they're not in my top 5.
Really?
Nope, not at all. We can get to them later though, but they're not in my top 5 defenses.
All
Okay.
right, let's go from just blowout to competition of mid. We got Titans at Saints.
Did I put yawn for this game? I think I literally put yawn in my notes.
Yeah, it was a 15 to
Tannehill
16
is
drag
not the
test.
answer, bro.
Tannehill is awful,
Vrabel got it,
but Malik Willis is also awful.
and then Will Levis is not good either. So I feel like Vrabel is too good to like have like one of those seasons where he's gonna get a top 10 pick again. But like, wait, no, they had like 12 last year, right? 12 pick.
Titans.
Yeah.
Who did they draft this year?
Who did they draft?
I don't know who
He
they drafted in the first round.
Traylon the year before.
Yeah, I like Traylon, but like, who's gonna give him the ball? I don't believe in Tannehill at all.
Yeah,
no,
They need a quarterback in this draft, and I know like they've drafted a quarterback each of the last 2 years, but like they are not the answer.
They
And
need
this is a deep class.
They need a real quarterback.
They need
with
a real
potential, who can really do something.
Yes, like Tannehill is not. How many times have we seen Tannehill let them down over the past? Like the Titans have
every
had
single
really
year
good
for the
defenses.
past like 3 years.
Remember that they won. They was the first seed.
They were the first seed.
They
and
were the last first seed in the AFC,
and they got beat up. By
other than
Cincy.
KC. They got beat on by Cincy. Yeah. Well, how many turnovers? He had like 5 turnovers,
It was seen.
and there was all interceptions.
Said he had to go to a therapist.
I think
No, Burrow had 5 interceptions or something, 5 turnovers from the Tennessee defense, and they still won. Or was it like
No,
5
that was
sacks?
sacks. That was
yes,
sacks.
Yes, that was
But
the.
Tannehill
that
had
was
like
when Burrow
3.
was getting beat
No, it was
up.
like 9 sacks.
Yeah, but Tannehill still had mad turnovers.
And he had like 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
It's like it's been the same story.
Yeah, this game was super boring. My big takeaway is if the Saints can keep Derek Carr upright, he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He was decent.
Their
I think good
receiver
is a
core
stretch.
really good. Their
Not in
receivers
the
are-
South. Their receivers are really, really good.
No, you said Derek Carr.
Oh,
being
by the
good.
way,
I think
they-
Derek Carr good
Titans
is a
got
stretch.
Skoronski. It flew under the radar, but yeah, they got Skoronski, the tackle.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh.
the Saints couldn't keep Derek Carr clean.
Shout out
Who
to
can
What's
Chris
his
keep him
name?
Olave.
clean?
Trevor Penning.
Mm.
He was getting worked.
Man.
If you look at pressure rates and defensive win rates
Mm-hmm.
for edge rushers versus tackles, Arden Key is like top 5.
I told y'all like Titans front 7 is the most underrated in the league.
Yeah,
Like when we had the conversation the other day, I'm really high on them. Like their front seven is like that.
Harold Landry.
Arden Key.
I can't remember his Jeffrey
Simmons.
Jeffrey Simmons.
He's one of the highest paid D linemen.
Yeah, because he's really good.
He is very good.
Yeah, they were getting worked.
I like Kevin Byard in the secondary and all that, but like, the Tannehill is so bad. D Hop is under like the defensive stats. He has defensive stats in this game because he threw 2 picks towards D Hop's way, so they had to go make tackles.
It's hard for me because D Hop didn't look that good either, but it's hard. It's hard to tell if it's Tannehill or if it's just D Hop. Just don't got.
He has problems separating. That's
exactly.
His problem. But like, if you throw him,
he had like 6 catches, right?
If it's a catch, yeah. If it's a catchable ball, he's gonna catch it.
He's a smarter receiver at this point than he is a physically dominant receiver, which means that he needs a quarterback who can throw him open.
And he went to go.
He could have came to us. He could have came to us.
He could have went anywhere.
Literally, but all right.
He chose Tannehill.
All right, enough talking about mid. Let's talk about more mid. We got Raiders at Broncos.
This is the game I put Yawn for.
I missed Jacoby. That's my takeaway from this game.
Jacoby
I missed Jacoby.
Because praise to Jacoby. I hope you good. That shot he took was mean.
And then he put him back in the game.
Yeah, that's McDaniels.
You see why I don't like that guy, McDaniels. I told y'all he is overrated. Y'all see why I don't like him.
My biggest takeaway from this one is the Broncos' curse of 16. It remains. They can't score more than 16 points.
It's nasty.
The Broncos had no sacks. Russ had a decent game. Jacobs, 2.5 carries, 2.5 yards per carry is not good enough.
No.
Who,
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs? Yeah.
2.5 yards per carry is not enough.
It's this one, because like I was, I've been watching fantasy stuff all offseason. It was like this one stat that's like the leading guy in touches is like a running back always has a down year the next year.
It makes sense. You're getting beat up.
Yeah, so that's why I stayed away personally from like drafting him. But I don't know. It's like, can you even blame him that O-line is not good?
Nothing about
Jimmy G got like, I thought he was. It was something about him getting carted off like first quarter. You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
I seen like the notification because I was at work when the game started and I was driving back. No, this was one of the 4 o'clock games. I think. Never mind. But I saw like a notification and then like he was like in concussion protocol and then he cleared it or something.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Correctly.
But overall, this game was just boring.
It was. I had it on my phone because I had like 4 games on my laptops and then I had this one on my phone. But it was like, apart from the Jacoby hype, I love Jacoby. That was my favorite Patriot the last couple of years. He was the reason that I wanted
and
to
y'all
watch
let him
games.
go for Juju.
And we let him go and gave Juju the same contract with just more incentive based. And it's just like, I feel like Jacoby would have taken the contract we gave Juju. It was like the same money. It was just like more incentives. And it's like the one thing Jacoby gave you was reliability. And Juju, I'm sorry. I know I said Albert Breer don't got no sources, but that nigga knee might be cut.
We'll talk about it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Raiders. I guess they're the only team in the West that won. So
yeah.
they lead the West
for like half a day.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you got it, I guess.
Enjoy it while you got it.
Next up, Jags at Colts. Listen.
Hey, man.
I was telling niggas about my man's AR. They tried to tell me he wasn't
hyped.
like that. They tried to tell me he was a bust. They tried to tell me he couldn't do it at the next level. Big boy A-Rod, 2 total touchdowns. He did throw a pick. But guess what? He was going against number 1 overall QB guy Trevor Lawrence, and he still did his thing.
I'm not tripping over that one pick.
Nah.
I'm not tripping over that one pick. Because everything they said about him pre-draft, he was like, alright, I'm going to come in and prove y'all wrong. He was accurate. He made good decisions. He threw the ball well.
He made plays with his legs.
He made the plays with his like leading rusher.
He definitely showed a lot of flashes of
bro,
what he could become.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. Like I was very happy with his performance. And Michael Pittman, I was unfamiliar with your game. I'm not gonna lie. I love AR, but like I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay away from Michael Pittman in my drafts. And I auto drafted him in one league, but he was cooking. I'm not gonna lie. And he had a very good season before last year when he was stuck with Matt Ryan and Sam. What's his name? Ellinger.
Yeah, Sam
and all
Ellinger.
It was like, okay, if Matt Ryan and Sam Ellinger throwing you the ball in 2022, I get you having a down year, but it's like, all right. I respect your game. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I saw a tweet, and this guy said that he psychological warfare his fantasy opponent. He told him to start Odell over Pittman.
We're gonna their offensive line got to do better.
Yeah, Josh Allen had 3 sacks.
They are too well paid to be playing this poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Trayvon Walker had a sack.
Y'all got any comments about the Jags?
First overall team.
Oh, the Jags weapons are legit, man.
Calvin Ridley is everything.
T-Law is that good. ETN had a very good game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ridley is everything we thought he would be.
Yeah. The Jags are coming out of that division.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're the best team. Like, Ridley is everything we thought he would be. Zay Jones was nice.
He's so good. Fuck Hayden Hurst. I'm not even going to get into it.
Hayden Hurst?
We picked Hayden Hurst and Ridley went like 2 picks after.
Really?
Yeah.
Back in 2018, Ridley was right there. We picked Hayden Hurst. So
that's-
fuck Hayden Hurst.
That gotta hurt. I'm not gonna
Picking
lie.
a tight end in the first 2 rounds is stupid anyway.
It was when we still had Flacco, man.
I mean, Pitts and Bowers is gonna go like top 5 picks next year.
Rarely is a tight end ever worth getting in the first or second round. They're
This is
like
facts.
they're like running backs. You can find a serviceable one
in
a
the
dime a
third,
dozen.
4th.
Yeah, like this year, the tight end class was deep, and of course, we didn't get any, but I'm happy with my tight ends. So
Point with the Jaguars and Colts is Jaguars look really good.
Yeah.
Colts look like they can be something.
Colts
Just
look
gotta
good.
get more
Colts
push.
surprised me because I had no faith in that secondary and in that entire defense. Their defense played hard. Like the score, it's a 2-score game, but the entire game was it was very neck and neck. It was very back and forth the entire game. So Colts was very competitive, and I know the Jags always struggle against the Colts anyway. So that might maybe that tricked us, but home opener that also might have played a part in it. But if I was a Colts fan, I'd be encouraged.
All right, let's get
Shout out
into
my nigga Reggie. I know he was hyped about AR, and rightfully so. I don't know. If I was a Colts fan, I'd be encouraged.
But before Lamar signed, I wanted AR too.
You're
I wanted AR too.
This nigga Deshaun had the AR edits.
I had
in his
the AR
fucking
edit. They
bookmarks.
still on there. I'm not gonna lie, they still on there. I gotta delete them. But AR, you like that?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some slander. Look, we got Lions Chiefs, the first game of the year.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was
big
watching.
Big
We gonna
hater.
slander the fuck out.
Hey, Kadarius.
All that talking.
All that talk. And you dropped 4 passes. You had the worst wide receiver grade on PFF since 2018. Do you know how bad you have to be? You were the worst in 5 years. My
Nigga,
God.
that was prime Aguilar drop days.
Listen, we not gonna act like Kadarius is the only nigga that was out there dropping passes.
Sky
not getting
Moore?
open. Sky Moore, niggas drafted you, not me, because I knew your ass was gonna be mad. But niggas drafted you, they believed in you, and you know what you did? Fail.
With a name like Scott Moore, I wasn't going. Hey, you got a porn star name, dude. No disrespect to you. You're not very good either.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but Patrick Mahomes played well, and they just was not helping him.
Hey man, I don't want to hear it. Fuck that nigga.
It is
Patrick did miss a couple of throws.
He missed a few, but he played way.
He played great,
He
though.
really good.
He played good enough for them to win. And the receivers, they was losing. It wasn't even alright, you gotta make the catch, but it was you can understand it wasn't catchable.
And that shit was
right
in
in their
hands.
hands.
Yeah.
It hit Kadarius Toney in the hands.
In the hands. Look at my no hands. Look at my no hands. It is.
Chiefs defense looked way better without Chris Jones. They looked really good. They was getting good pressure on that offensive line down the stretch, but before they were getting worked.
They were getting worked.
Once they settled down, they were getting good pressure on Goff. Goff had a good game.
Goff had a
good.
Dan Campbell, you fucked up my parlay. You didn't give any red zone touches to Jameer. What's going on?
Not even red zone touches. Jameer played 20% of the snaps.
He only got he had 7 carries for 42 yards or something like that.
Exactly. Get that nigga David Montgomery off the field.
He's so
He's
explosive.
not good.
He broke 6 tackles on 7 carries.
David Montgomery's not good. Get him off the field. He can't even pass block.
Yeah, I don't know what was he the one that got smoked?
He got blown up and then he got the tripping penalty. Granted, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to let your QB get blown up.
Protect the franchise, man.
Protect the franchise. It's nasty. Jared Goff is the franchise. But protect the franchise.
Deservedly so. That's 360 some.
I think it was 396. snaps without throws without interception.
That's a crazy.
Which is he's like third all time.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lions pass rush as well. Aiden Hutchinson is a problem.
He's a monster.
First of all,
that cheating ass tackle.
Why did they have his parents mic'd up? that was so odd to me. I was just like, all right. It was very annoying because every time it's not like they was giving any insights on the game. It was just like, ooh, go Hutch. Like,
Also, just as a football player, the tackle is allowed to move his back leg before the snap starts.
It wasn't even just him moving his leg. He was leaving before the snap went off.
Okay. It was like most of the time, like his back, like because when
it was his back leg moving, and as the tackle, you can move your back leg.
But some of the reps,
he was leaving before the snap went off.
Sometimes the DN gets off before the snap is in the quarterback's hands. That's just football.
Hey, if the ball is in the air, I'm coming at you. Pause.
That wasn't even a pause.
It was a pause.
You just made it. You know what? I'm not going to say that on the podcast.
Last thoughts on the Lions games. Amon-Ra, he's like that. If he can stay healthy,
Reynolds had a good
be like that. Shout out to the Sun God.
Yeah. Marvin Jones, bum. Like that guy was, because I actively root against the Chiefs. Even though I respect Mahomes, I actively root against the Chiefs.
Nah, fuck the Chiefs.
Marvin Jones dropped like 4 passes when it was at a point I was irate. Like he was pissing me off because I was like, if they lose today, I'd expect some death threats if I was him.
Has Marvin Jones been good since like 2020?
Probably not.
Because I don't remember.
He was decent last season.
He was at the Jags, right? No, that wasn't Marvin. Who was he at last year? Was it the Jags?
He was with the Jags last year.
It was Marvin and Zay?
Yeah, they was both there. Yeah, because he caught a touchdown pass on Peters.
Oh, Marcus Peters?
Yeah.
How many receivers haven't caught? You know, I'm not going to slander the Ravens right now. We'll get to that.
Hey, Peters not even. What is the one?
Oh. If we go back, since being the AFC West, Pastor Lockdown Tay. That's all I gotta say.
True.
My CB1. Yeah.
Shout out PS2, man.
Lockdown PS2.
You really like that. And unlike some people CB1, you actually follow number 1 receivers.
Like some people CB1, you don't duck from the smoke. So I got none but respect.
Shout out PS2, the real number 1 cornerback in the league.
Real number 1. And you don't got you in a small market, so nobody really pushing the agenda. But I'm gonna push the agenda here.
The Broncos.
So yeah, nobody watched the Broncos either, but shit, the Jets weren't worth a damn watching anyway. And they got all the hype last year. So, shout out PS2, man. Best corner in the league.
Alright. Dolphins at Chargers. Pop, go ahead and get your nasty takes off.
I don't have any nasty takes.
No Tua slander?
I've never had any Tua slander. Really? I was a Tua believer.
Okay.
I've never slandered Tua in my life.
No Dolphin slander at all.
I can't slander Tua because we can't beat him. So until we beat him,
you admitted that?
We haven't beat him.
You said y'all were gonna split this.
We're gonna split this. We're beating him Sunday. But
see, that's what I was waiting for.
To this day, we haven't beat him yet. But shout out to it. That was a good game.
The only slander I ever gave to it was a noodle arm. He still got a noodle arm, but he make it work.
Arm. Like if you go back to watch Alabama games and like you listen to a broadcast, they'd be like, he got one of the best arms in.
That's because he's very accurate. He's very on time, and he doesn't throw like a punk. Mm-hmm. He's not afraid to make throws. A lot of quarterbacks stepping
up in the pocket.
A lot of quarterbacks with big arms are afraid to make throws.
Yeah,
precisely. Shout out to the Dolphins' offensive line. Yeah, I know y'all saw the clips. That right tackle was handling Bosa.
I mean, and then like for them to play that well without Terron Armstead,
mm-hmm.
I thought because going into the game, I was like, okay, he's gonna get killed. Yeah, I saw because the AFC East, all of our offensive lines are bad. So I was like, going into the game, I was like, no, Armstead, they're about to get crushed. And they held up. I think they let up, 2 sacks? If any? Okay, so...
Who, the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I thought they didn't allow any sacks.
No, they let up 1, I think. Or it might have been a QB hit.
I was watching the...
I
was going to box... I was watching the box scores. Yeah, zero sacks.
Okay.
With Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on either side of the offensive line.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about the Chargers because this much talent on your roster, especially defensively,
the Chargers have needed to be talked about for 3 straight years.
Bro, Staley is supposed to be this defensive guru.
Yeah.
First of all, this is the rant. Shut up. I used to push the JC agenda. I've been pushing JC agenda.
Cooked.
How long have I been pushing the JC agenda?
Years.
Years, since his rookie year. JC coming off a season-ending injury, and you got him playing press man against fucking Tyreek Hill. Like, what?
Yeah, Tyreek.
No safety help on top.
Tyreek 215, 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
If somebody puts a 150 on the first half, double him in the second.
We're not gonna
What?
we're not gonna act like JC forgot how to play football in that game though for a second, right?
I mean, yes, that's very valid. But it's like, if you had me playing press man against Tyreek, I just came back from injury. Even if
Did he injure his brain?
Fully healthy.
Did he injure his brain?
Okay, fully healthy cornerback. Regardless of who you are, I'm not playing my corner in press man against Tyreek.
Yeah, I'm not.
Dude, you can't make up
Especially
that speed.
not single high. Yeah,
No
why would I
safety
do
help.
that?
All I'm saying
No
is
safety help.
All I'm saying is they lost by 2 points. J.C. Jackson gave him a free field goal. That's a 3-point swing. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, like,
Tell
you
me
can
I'm
say
wrong.
that. You can say that, but like, JC shouldn't have been put in the position.
J.C. shouldn't have pushed him. That's all I'm saying.
He should not have pushed
If
him.
you lose-
I completely agree.
If
That was
you lose
a
by 2
stupid move.
points and J.C. doesn't make that foul,
That was a
3-point
very
swing.
stupid move football wise. But as you're supposed to be this defensive guru, and that's how you play Tyreek. The entire game, like no adjustments, nothing after halftime. It's just infuriating. And if I was a chart, and this crazy thing is like, the players don't even be mad at Staley because they love him. Like I was watching Pat McAfee. It was like a year ago, and like Cal Van Noy was on the interview, and like just the way they talk about him, they really love him, and it's crazy because he sucks. Like how many times does he have to show us he's not a good coach?
Yeah.
He should not be having a job in the league. And I'm not for somebody that's like taking food off nobody's family plate, but like this guy, man.
You know, opposite of Charger slander. Shout out to him. 200 plus yards on the ground.
215 is yes. Charge
Yeah, shout out Eckler.
Shout out
Wicked.
Eckler and Josh Kelly.
Eckler's not even a good runner, first of all.
Nah.
And he had 117 yards. So Mondre is finna be
So is that
drilling shit.
oh
my
that
god.
was insane.
is that good for the Chargers offense or is that bad on the Dolphins defense?
It's bad
I think
on
a
the
little bit of
Dolphins
both
defense.
because the Chargers couldn't run at all last
It's
year.
bad on the Dolphins
But that's
defense.
also because what was his name?
The Dolphins did let up 34
What was
points
their
at the
OC
end of
last
the day.
year? Lombardi?
Yeah, Joe Lombardi.
Joe Lombardi.
Yeah, he
was
sucks.
garbage.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, he was garbage.
Awful offensive coordinator.
Awful. But
All right. Pop, you just talked about drilling. Let's talk about another drill that happened. We got 49ers and Steelers. Them boys got drilled.
Like the Steelers let me down.
I
The
could've told you
Steelers
that.
let me down.
Listen,
I'm
you
not
had
gonna lie, they
extra-
tricked niggas.
Who did they trick?
They tricked me. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
They tricked
You and all these other niggas that was a Kenny Pickett believer.
I didn't think that they were
Tricked
going to
me.
beat the 49ers. I do think that they'll still probably win like 7 or 8
That
games.
offensive line is bad.
They're gonna win 9 games.
It's inevitable.
It's Mike Tomlin.
It's inevitable. Like they're not gonna have a losing season.
But that offensive line is bad. Can we talk about that first?
Is it bad or is a San Fran defensive line?
Both.
I don't think that's who you want to go against week 1.
Yeah.
Both. Both are true.
Both. I'll say a little bit of both.
How do you
'Cause they
have
couldn't-
1 yard?
1 year? It was like 200 yards of offense in the first half, and 199 of them were the Niners. That is embarrassing.
1 yard in the first half.
1 total yard of football in an entire half. That is embarrassing. That's like Bama versus Morgan State.
Shout out to on the Steelers side. Shout out to T.J. Watt, 3 sacks.
Didn't mean nothing.
That's all. That's the only thing I can give y'all because you are awful. Kenny Pickett is not very good at football.
He also needs to learn how to
week
get
1.
tackled because he was.
That nigga needs to take that second glove off.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do.
Kenny, learn how to when they get their hands on you, just go down because that trying to fight through tackles, that's not your game. He
You
was
gonna hurt
hitting his,
yourself.
he was hitting his head.
Yeah, he hit his head like twice.
Yeah, like
It was
just go
bad.
down, bro. That's not your
They
game.
were saying it was a concussion, but somebody said it wasn't. Like somebody
I don't know.
sources.
The point is,
It
learn
was-
how
it
to
was-
go down.
If they said it was a concussion and then somebody else said it wasn't, then it was more than likely a concussion.
No, like it was like everybody on Twitter was saying, "Oh, he might have gotten concussed." It was like a viral thing, and I saw somebody with like sources saying like, "No, the Steelers said he didn't have no concussion."
You know how many times I've seen kids knocked out on the football field and they just get back up?
Yeah,
True.
I agree. Christian McCaffrey is a problem.
Is a dog. 152 in the touchdown.
Yeah.
He is a like running, receiving. Like he's just. Oh my god.
Is he RB1?
Yeah, he's RB1.
Yeah. Either him
He's
or
the most
Eckler.
complete. I don't think Eckler is
Eckler.
RB1 because
'Cause
Eckler cannot run.
Eckler's not a great runner of the football.
He is not a great runner.
He's a great.
I'm not gonna
weapon.
say he cannot run. That's disrespectful.
He's
but
not.
like,
He's not a great runner of the football.
I just think Eckler has a chance to put up more points touchdown wise than.
yeah,
CMC.
Eckler is a touchdown machine, but he as a running back, like
His position is running back.
Yeah.
If he puts up the points,
Eckler is a weapon. Christian McCaffrey is a
do it all
super
back.
weapon.
yes. Like,
he's a super weapon.
you can't say nothing bad about him. Like,
He's
he's
good. Shout out Brandon Ayuk. I was not familiar with your game.
Ayuk
Yes.
agenda. I've been telling niggas for years, bro. Ayuk fire when my nigga Moses not in my ear telling me he ass, bro.
Yeah.
But he is Seahawks fan, so I get the
Yeah.
Ayuk is a great route runner.
Embarrassed
He is a
that nigga
fantastic
Pat
route
Pete.
runner.
Pat Pete, hang it up.
He
bruh.
was putting Pat. He took Pat Sheet to the.
Pat Pete, it's time to be a family man.
It's time for you to hop in a
You
wheelchair and
can't
roll
be
your ass
talking
to
all that
retirement.
shit. He's too old to be giving niggas bulletin board material.
He is not. He is no longer a CB1 that can talk his shit and then back it up.
Bro, like
Just don't
nigga
talk
was
his shit.
he was a veteran when fucking Megatron was in the league. Like
That's
at one
nasty,
point,
you're right.
Alright, speaking of bulletin board material, I'm on point with these transitions. Fuck is
You
you
kind of
talking
been
about?
killing it. I'm not gonna lie.
Speaking of bulletin board material,
yeah,
we got the Bengals, and they got beat by the motherfucking elves, the Browns.
they got. Oh my god, I can't even say that. They got effed on.
Man,
Bro, 82 yards in the whole game on 30 plus pass attempts is so nasty.
So nasty.
that
Nick
defense is
Chubb,
for real.
The defense
Nick
is real,
Chubb,
yeah.
death taxes, and Nick Chubb giving you 100 yards a game. That guy is as consistently great as you can get.
One negative about the Browns game, Deshaun Watson didn't show me anything to show me
Yeah,
he's improved.
I mean,
Deshaun
the weather
Watson
was
is the worst
it wasn't
part of the team.
Regardless of the weather, he looked like he did in preseason. He looked the same.
He kind of looked sharp. He made some good throws.
He also threw one directly to Dax Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a bad.
But
He
Deshaun Watson-
rolled out and it floated to Dax Hill. It was bad.
They,
On the Bengals side, Jamar Chase, I'm sorry, but you got to eat a dick. Like,
I feel like I love Chase, like my LSU guy, but he be giving niggas bulletin
you
board
talk
material
all
every
that
game.
shit,
Like,
and then
it's-
at the end of the game, you're like, lost to some elves, so that got me mad. No, you didn't just lose. You got
He got
strapped.
dominated.
Denzel Ward had you strapped. You couldn't do anything.
until they can show me something against the Browns, I'm never gonna pick the Bengals over the Browns ever. And I'm gonna say this, it might be an overreaction. The Browns they're gonna be fighting for this division.
that defense.
They-
does
The Browns
they were
team is
always gonna be
legit.
fighting for the division,
Like,
but
every aspect of their team is very good except for their quarterback.
I think Deshaun is gonna come. come
keep
through.
saying that.
I don't. I think he's on a Russell Wilson tier at this point.
No, absolutely not.
The massage menace is definitely on Russell Wilson.
Pre allegations. Deshaun was my favorite quarterback.
Yes,
in the
that
league.
is pre-allegations.
Pre-allegations.
Pre-allegations and
He was the best quarterback in the
a
league.
year and a half not playing football.
Okay, but it's not like he just forgot how to play football. He just got to
It
get
looks
back.
like it.
He got to get back into the groove.
How long are you gonna give him? He played 6 games last season.
Okay,
he
but
practiced
Geno
all.
Smith was out the league, came back, and won't come back.
Geno Smith was practicing with that team every day for 6 years. I don't want to hear that.
He played 6 games, had all off season, all training camp, all preseason, and he still looks ass.
Okay, Joe Burrow looked ass.
Joe Burrow
has
Joe
a
Burrow
a
looked
better
ass.
resume in the recent history.
and
Okay,
Joe Burrow
but
just
Deshaun-
came
it
off
was-
a calf strain where he missed half a training camp.
Deshaun played way better than Burrow did.
I'll
And-
give you that.
Okay, but it was.
But
it
they
was
both
bad
played
weather.
ass.
Yeah, one
It
was
was
an
just-
F and one was a D minus.
Exactly.
One was
Okay.
an F that was like a 20, and
All
one
right,
was an F that was
all
like
right,
a
so
55.
they play the Steelers Monday.
And also, one has a running back that can actually get yards. Joe Mixon, you fucking suck, and it's not really your fault. It's your coach's fault.
No, Joe Mixon wasn't good last season either, was he?
No, he was good.
Last season was a down season. The year before, when they went to the Super Bowl, he had a good season. It's not his fault. I think Joe Mixon is decent. I don't think he's great. He's decent.
I feel like he was.
But it's Zach
like,
Taylor's fault. Zach Taylor doesn't commit to the run. Zach Taylor, you fucking suck as a play caller.
Let me see. Last year.
Shout out to the Browns pass rush.
Yeah, that nigga Myles Garrett is out there doing that.
Miles
AI
Garrett hit
crossover.
the huss and got to the quarterback
You know how
in,
nasty
in
that is?
1 second.
He blew past him that's got to be demoralizing.
Bro,
Film study, I would pay to be in film study that.
I'm
Orlando Brown Hall of Fame ski mask.
they are going
That
to
nigga did nothing.
hang
Yeah,
up your
nah.
helmet. You're going home.
You're cooked. Yeah.
Orlando Brown scammed like 3 organizations back to back to
Yeah,
back.
all that money that them Bengals niggas paid to their O-line, it's not doing nothing.
The Chiefs knew.
They still switched
They just
keys.
released Lyle Collins too because he's ass.
Yeah.
Bro, the Browns was taking turns on him.
I was
like
so
that.
high on Lyle Collins too.
I was, but the Browns was taking turns on him. Like that was nasty. Like that was disgusting.
All right, y'all got anything to say about Bengals and Browns?
Just
T.
Myles
Higgins,
Garrett.
no catches in a contract year is not good for you. This is all I'm saying.
He's still gonna get his money.
He gonna
He's going to get his money regardless, but no catches in the first game of the season is just not a good look.
I mean, yeah, 8 targets, no catches is nasty, but
It's not a good look.
Burrow was just overthrowing him yesterday, so it wasn't really his fault.
That's it.
That Browns defense, man.
That Browns defense
top
is like
5. It's gonna be top 5.
That Browns offense is also, again, if Deshaun can get his stuff together,
He
then
won't.
the Browns are like a real threat.
Very real.
But if Deshaun can't get it together, then
Because the run game is there, the O line probably top 3 in the league, D line defense gonna be top 5. Deshaun has to be like serviceable, like just top. I want to say top 16. No, he's definitely gonna be top 16. If he's like top 10, top 12 quarterbacks, they're gonna be They're gonna be a menace. And I mean, it's not like he's gonna go anywhere. So he has nothing but time to like just keep getting better and better.
All right. Well, we gonna go from one asshole line to another asshole line. Can I get my shit off real quick?
Yeah.
All right, we gonna go Bills at Jets. Listen, I tried to shout out to my nigga at work, Jalen. I tried to tell you.
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
I tried to tell you that Jets O line was butt and your man's was gonna get hurt. I thought it was gonna be week 7. My over under was week 7. I said by week 7 he was getting hurt.
Disrespectful.
That nigga lasted 3
You thought
snaps.
he was gonna go. You thought he was gonna go through Micah Parsons,
Listen,
through Judon and Uche.
I'm not
healthy?
saying he wouldn't be
Crazy.
hurt. I'm saying he would still be playing
No, he would not.
before he couldn't play. That nigga
Week
didn't
3,
make. That nigga
if
didn't
he
make
made
it
it
3
past
snaps.
week 3, he'd have to get a PD test. Absolutely not.
The point
I told
is-
you he wasn't making it past week 4.
The point is that nigga didn't make it 3 snaps.
actually he made it 4 snaps.
4 snaps.
It was
Okay,
4.
4 snaps.
You seen that?
Oh yeah, they did run the ball.
That
once.
tweet earlier was crazy. It was like, your quarterback was out in 4 steps. Somebody was like 5 if you count his ankle.
Yeah. So
Bro, oh my god.
so A-Rod's career might be done.
I think his career is really over.
I think
As unfortunate as it is to say, coming back from an Achilles tear at 39 is probably just not happening. Especially
I feel
because
like
those things take
ego-wise-
like 18 months to recover from.
he has an ego. So like, I feel like he can
He's
be back by
40 and
Yeah.
tore his Achilles. You're not
No matter how much ego you have, at
physically.
some point your body just breaks down.
That's fair. But I mean, they said like the Achilles recovery, like it's like for certain, like your Achilles will recover. It's like your explosiveness will decrease for sure, but it's like the Achilles, like the surgery works.
In this
it's
day
like
and age,
100%.
an Achilles tear isn't a damnation on your career, except for if you're 40 years old.
He's fucking 40.
But it's not like he's like out here running routes or something. Like he can be a pocket. He can be a pocket.
That's
passer.
not his game. That's never been his game. Just straight up drop back.
I guess. I mean, that's also why he's not the GOAT. But hey, all I'm saying is when the
Tom Brady
shit
dick
gets
suck in
tough.
2023
That was
is
nasty.
crazy.
That was nasty to get off.
Hey, man.
That was extremely nasty.
You got anything
don't
else
care,
to say
bro.
before we let Pop get his shit off?
Shout out to Zach Wilson, man.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. Before you start, we gonna have another Broncos type season again where we got all these mid primetime games. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
all my football
Oh yeah,
fans
we
out
have
there.
6 primetime games for the New York.
They gotta
Jets.
flex them down. They
Can't flex
them
until
down.
like week 5.
You can't flex until week 5, and you can flex 4 games between 5
How many prime time
and
games they
11.
have till week 5?
They have like 3.
Yeah, they got a lot of primetime.
They got
games.
two,
had like
2 Mondays and a Sunday.
they had the max amount of primetime games.
That's nasty. They're gonna have to after week 5. I don't want to see them after 4 o'clock ever again.
Especially them face the Raiders.
Them-
Why would I want to watch
Why
that?
was that even? Why was Aaron Rodgers versus Jimmy Garoppolo matchup anyway? That like the people wanted to see.
No idea.
That was. I mean, regardless, their season is done.
Alright, pop your shit about the Jets and then we can talk about fucking bum ass Bills, nigga.
Whole lot of dick eaters. That's all I gotta say. Whole lot of dick eaters.
We got one sitting next to us.
I told niggas about the Jets. They're not doing shit. I told niggas Aaron Rodgers wasn't gonna make it past week 4.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make it past week 4. I told niggas it's Garrett or bust. Like that's all he did. First 3 snaps. Who he look at? Garrett. That's all he did. All he's good for is pushing it to 17.
The crazy
It
thing
was
is,
Tay Now it's Garrett. that's what he does.
Garrett came open right after his
He
shit.
did. He did. Garrett is a 1.
Garrett's like that.
Garrett is a 1. But I told niggas about the Jets. That defense is nice. I never believed in the offense. They don't have no depth behind Garrett. Their running backs, Breece Hall is electric, but I guess I'll give it. Breece Hall is nice. Breece Hall is nice. Dalvin Cook does not look good.
Nah, he doesn't.
He does not look good. So the Vikings probably won that. The Jets. It's the Jets. It is the Jets.
It is the Jets.
I don't know. You would say 14.
Because I was extremely high on their defense. And if Aaron Rodgers could stay upright, which granted he did not, against one of the worst pass rushes in the league.
Worst. It's funny because that's the worst pass rush he was gonna see until like week 7. And they took him out in like 3.
Anything to say about their defense?
I said elite. Like I said, they're top 5. They're gonna be top 5. Like regardless. Like
that nigga Sauce was ducking smoke.
Don't even get me started. You know how big of a Sauce fan I was before the draft? Before the draft, if you seen my tweets, I said Sauce CB1, Garrett wide receiver 1 in that draft. They both won rookie player of the year in their categories. The Jets took both. Crushed my heart. Cool. And then to find out this nigga Sauce is out here ducking smoke. Running from ones. Nasty. Willing the CB1 in that draft.
Shout out DJ Reed, man.
Shout out DJ Reed.
You was out there putting in work, man.
DJ Reed is shorter than me. Locking niggas up.
Hey, man.
Crazy. Number of respect for him.
Hey, speaking of the Jets defense, Josh Allen, stop turning the ball over, dog.
That nigga does not know how to
about the Bills.
He does not know how to protect the ball.
I told niggas about the Bills.
Niggas about the Bills, bro. They're frauds. They are frauds. How you let Zach Wilson walk you down? That is nasty.
Hey, man.
Nasty.
Going to OT against Zach Wilson is nasty.
Very nasty. I mean,
how many total turnovers did he have? 4 or 5?
He had 3 picks.
And then he fumbled.
And a fumble. He had 2 fumbles. He recovered 1.
Yeah, so 4
turnovers and 5 potential turnovers.
Yeah. Well, 4 turnovers and like 5 bad plays in total. Like, well, not 5 bad plays because it was nothing but bad plays.
It was a lot of bad plays.
All he does is just throw bombs and be like prayers. He just throws prayers. And I'm not a believer in the Bills. I think we probably split with them because they probably beat us in Buffalo and we beat them in New England. We're gonna sweep the Jets. Like I told you before Rodgers got hurt, we're sweeping the Jets. We're sweeping the Jets. We're gonna split with the Dolphins, split with the Bills, and we're winning the division. Straight like that.
We ain't even get to the Patriots yet, and
I'm just saying,
popping shit. Hey.
It's not like you can't even say I switched up because A-Rod got hurt. Because I was telling niggas this before he got hurt. I told niggas he wasn't gonna last. That O-line is ass. All of our O-lines are ass, but their O-line, Dwayne Brown, he should be ashamed of himself.
Dwayne Brown need to get jumped by everybody in New York, man.
New York pussy for letting him walk out that stadium. My fuck, New Jersey pussy.
They definitely in Jersey.
Jersey Jets. Fuck them, bro. Man, yesterday it was just funny to me because it was like everything that went wrong was gonna go wrong because it's the Jets. It's like the Cowboys, but they're worse because it's the Jets. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, and it was like I was just mad because I wanted it to go wrong against us, and I wanted it to be our staple. Just pound them. Like,
man, I'm not going to expose the group chat, but they got real nasty.
They got really nasty.
They got really nasty.
Football brings out the worst in me.
By a certain divisional opponent.
I'm not. Man, Josh Allen is nasty for
Josh Allen is very
Zach
nasty.
Wilson and that team was just. I know that locker room was just dead after. And they
listen,
said Zach Wilson rallied
stop
the troops.
messing with them bum ass ringless niggas. Come fuck with a real franchise. Come home. We miss you.
Oh, brother. What do you mean we miss you?
He's a Maryland product.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
He went to UMD or like he was
He went to UMD, and I think he's from the area too.
Wait, UMD has been snapping.
UMD is wide receiver I'm telling you.
Alright, so Tyrese next?
Listen. We'll see.
Tyrese next.
We'll see. Shout out Chambers, man.
Shout out Chambers, man. Probably niggas up.
He been in college for like 5 years, man.
He has definitely been in college for like 5 years.
That shit happens. Kenny Pickett was in college for like. It happens. It
does happen.
It happens. So.
Alright.
He's still like 22, 23.
True. Alright, Texans, Ravens. Of course, we got 2 resident Ravens fans on the pod.
Yeah, y'all
before we get into the Ravens looking awful, C.J. Stroud had some decent flashes.
CJ
I
Stroud
like what I
looked
saw
good.
out of C.J. Stroud.
I like the Texans defense.
I like the Texans defense
played
as well.
well.
They had
D'Amico
Lamar running
Ryans,
for his
They
life.
played very well, and I don't know how much of that is y'all O-line just being ass, but like
The O-line was really bad.
let's wait. First of all, O-line play around the league is
It's
just
really
not
bad,
good
yeah.
at all. Like I don't know what's going on, but O-line play has been
I'm
very
trying to tell you,
subpar.
D lines are getting so good. The real athletes are on the D lines.
There's crazy.
I gotta get something off real quick. Ronnie Stanley, I shouted you out twice on this bitch. You disappointed me. I know you hurt right now, but you was getting walked down by Will Anderson over and over and over again. That nigga was working you, and he's a rookie. You're supposed to be a grown ass man, all pro. You were getting worked, my good sir. I'm sorry. Disappointing.
How long is he out for?
They said he has a knee sprain, so right now it's week to week. So probably like next 4 to 5.
4 to 5 weeks.
Probably.
We're cooked.
Yeah.
We're good.
Can I say something nasty real
Linderbaum
quick?
out too, right?
Yeah, Linderbaum has a ankle sprain.
Yeah,
Also
Linderbaum.
week to
Linderbaum
week.
went out in like the first half or something like that.
Yeah.
And then JK.
and JK
And JK
Achilles.
tore his Achilles.
How's
yeah.
Gus looking?
Gus is straight. Gus don't got the same burst. He used to have pre-ACL, but like when he hits a hole, Gus is so big that it's hard to bring him down.
Pause.
I know her.
That was nasty. Justice Hill.
Justice Hill look good. I like Justice Hill.
Wasn't you the Justice Hill hater? Or was that somebody else?
No, it was him.
I was never a Justice Hill hater.
I swore you was hating on
One
Justice
of y'all
Hill.
was a
When
Justice
have
Hill.
I hated on Justice
We're gonna have
Hill?
to run
I
back
swear
that
you was
AFC
hating on
prediction.
Justice Hill like first episode.
Somebody in here
No.
was a Justice Hill hater.
Second episode. I mean.
It was not me.
You sure?
I'm 90% sure I did not hate on Justice Hill. I like Justice Hill.
I don't
Okay.
know who it was.
Specifically remember somebody hating on.
I
Justice
remember
Hill.
it as well. I was the one that said jelly knees, and unfortunately he got hurt. So
And it wasn't even his
Jelly
knee.
legs.
it was his.
It's his-
like you just hate to see Achilles injuries. Like
Yeah.
all jokes aside, like that just is that's terrible.
That's
Yeah,
AFK
to
Dobbins.
be honest, his career might be done. I'm not
Yeah,
even
like-
gonna lie.
He's just gonna lose that burst.
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
But yeah, for
On a
right,
contract year too, and he held in.
yeah,
I guess like the Ravens, like they were right.
they
but,
were
like,
right not to do it.
It sucks to be right about stuff like this because like you want him to give you a reason to pay him.
Exactly.
It's like that means
That
y'all
means
winning.
he's successful.
Yeah, that means y'all look good. So it's like a shout out to him, man. That's coming back from
Heartbreaking.
injury, rehabbing. I know rehab is hard.
It took 2 years for him to get back.
like rehab is hard, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like just dealing with like my little brother when he had his rehab, like and just seeing what athletes say about like the whole rehab process.
It's
Like,
mentally
just-
draining because you
it
can't
is.
do what you used to do.
And like your whole team is away from you, and then you just gotta see them. And like if they're losing, you'll be like, damn, if I was there, I could have helped. If they're winning, it was like, damn,
They don't
really
need me.
need me. It's very lonely. Like, so shout out to all the people that got injured this weekend. Hope y'all got quick recoveries. Like just praying for everybody.
I must got a
Facts.
strong man. I injured myself playing rugby. I was like, "Hey, go guys!" I didn't give a fuck.
You just got a strong mental, my dog. But yeah, overall with this game, offense looked nasty. That's to be expected. You
Think
got
so?
Our receivers still can't separate.
Zay,
Isaiah Zay.
I mean, they force fed Zay so much. They gave him as many touches as they possibly could,
And-
and I agree because he's good.
And I think Bateman looked good. He just didn't play a lot. He only had like 20-something snaps.
yeah, I guess they're like easing him back.
They're
in,
easing
but
him back off the list, Frank. But Odell had trouble separating. Granted, they had Stingley on him.
Stingley's a good corner. I like
Stingley
Stingley.
is a good corner. But yeah, I expected the offense to be slow and not look the best.
I expected more from Likely,
Yeah, likely disappointed me. That's
but they only targeted him once. Was he getting separation?
no.
No.
They also didn't play him like that because he can't block. He can't block, and we had to put Ricard back in. And all you niggas that hate on Ricard, I get it. You don't like Ricard. Always seeing him go in motion. Always running routes. But if we didn't have Ricard, we would have been fucked because we needed Ricard to block. Because that offensive line was some shit. You needed 6 men on that line to block to give them more time.
This is very out of the random. Greg Roman had Patrick Ricard catching screen passes. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about this week, but it just infuriated me. I just thought about it.
Yeah, niggas hate Pat Ricard, but it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He can't control how he's
Ricard
used.
is a great blocking fullback, and he's mobile for his size.
He's a tight end.
He is not a tight end. He is an old school fullback. Like
Remember
a
that
railroad.
like one purple patch season he had? Like I don't know what game it was, but everybody was tweeting about him.
Oh,
When
It was the
Mahomes-
Vikings game. It was the Vikings game.
What Mahomes say? Mahomes was like, Niggas, you should not be moving like this at your size.
Yeah, it was the Vikings game. He was shitting on niggas that game. he ran a go route and caught that bitch along the sideline. That shit was nasty.
I remember that, bro. Like,
that shit was nasty. Shout out G-Ro.
Vikings will never have a good defense. Like,
shout out G-Ro and his nasty ass play call.
G-Ro had one really fun year though. I mean, he
yeah,
tries to have fun,
car running go routes.
he caught that bitch along the sideline and he tried to hurdle a nigga and the nigga just fell.
No, bro. Patrick Carr running go routes is like.
That man's like 245 pounds. Like,
holy hell, bro.
Back to Texans Ravens. I like what I saw from our defense. Shout out PQ and Rowe. Both of them had a sack. Both of them had a lot of tackles. Just dominance from that.
Yeah, Ojabo had one too.
Ojabo had a sack and a forced fumble. Owe had like 7 QB hurries. He's topping that for pressures.
Okay.
It was just really nice.
Owe
to
had
see.
like a couple QB hits too.
oh,
he had
also
3
Marcus
QB hits.
Marcus Williams torn pec.
They said
Get
they
well
won't
soon.
decide what to do with that. So we'll
They
see.
say
what
he
happens
might be
with
out
that.
for like a good part of the
Depends
season.
on if he gets
Depends
surgery.
if he gets
or
surgery.
not. Yeah, he can.
Because TJ Watt was out for like most of the season, right?
Like 8 or 9 weeks.
When you swole like that and you tear a pec, it's like
Yeah.
it's serious.
Because like you don't realize how much you need it until like
Because
any movement you do, you can't
They
move
said
your
he
arm.
could move his arm though, so we'll see.
He
might
is not moving his arm
They
with his
said he
torn
could.
back. He's lying.
If it's a partial tear, then he probably can, and they might just throw a sling on that bitch. Or not a sling, but a
need to
harness.
he needs to get that surgery and just get that out the way.
Depends on what he wants to
Realistically,
do.
for his long term health, he needs
Yeah.
to get the surgery.
But if he wants to be
he's
out there
probably
playing,
not going to.
He'll throw a harness on and be out there in like 2 weeks.
Our secondary just gets ever thinner. You know.
It's nasty.
But yeah,
Didn't Kyle get hurt too at some point? He came back.
Yeah,
He
they
was
was scared
hurt
that
at some
he
point.
got hurt very early on.
yeah, they said it was just a stinger.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked what I saw from our pass rush. Granted, we was playing the Texans, but we'll see. Mike McDonald, you a wild man. That nigga had Michael Pierce and Justin Matabike rushing from the edge. That's a wild nigga, man. hey, them niggas got the pressure. I like it. Yeah. Anything else to say about this game? All you bitch ass Texans fans talking about, oh yeah, we gonna win, and now you like, oh yeah, y'all only beat us by 20.
Only 20 is
Suck
crazy.
dick. Like,
Lamar is going to have to carry for another season, and it's going to be extremely nasty to watch.
I just hope he stays healthy.
I hope he
Because the
stays healthy
agendas
as
are going
well.
to be very nasty if he gets hurt again, and I don't want to see him get hurt.
If he
again.
gets hurt again, then we have to have some real conversations.
But like, his injuries came from inside the pocket because y'all can't block, and that's what makes me mad. Because it's like every time he gets hurt, they make it seem like he gets hurt because of his style. Every time he gets hurt is inside the pocket because the O-line can't block.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But if you can't stay healthy, you can't stay healthy is my point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright.
I really do hope he has a whole full season. Y'all gonna have to do something about that O-line because it's getting real nasty around the league.
We're
The
trying
Seahawks
to do something about the O-line and they get hurt, man.
The Seahawks just got Jason Peters. That is nasty.
that nigga's
41-year-old
41.
Jason
40.
Peters is extremely...
It's very nasty.
O-line play is just bad.
It's
man.
not good
It's
at all.
bad.
It is, and it's like you can say it's not good, but like Kenneth was saying earlier, it's hard to go up against these D linemen right now.
Listen,
It is
Because
very hard.
like 10 different teams have a quote-unquote top 5 D-line.
It's
Like it's getting to that point.
yeah, these niggas is
And
monsters.
the defensive play callers are getting smarter with how they generate pressure as well. And offenses just can't keep up. It's insane to say that the offenses can't keep up with the defenses these days.
they can't.
But it's getting to that point. You can't.
How many good O line can you name? There's like
5.
5, and the rest are just mediocre at best.
Yeah, what?
But even
Browns,
mediocre is like
Lions.
Browns, Lions,
49ers.
Chiefs at times.
Yeah, Niners.
Not the Niners.
I like the Niners. Over
Nope. That right side is gonna get exposed. Like you saw what TJ Watt was doing to them,
That's TJ Watt.
It's TJ Watt.
bro. Trent Williams or bust. That O line. If he goes down, Purdy is cooked. Why do you think they went through 3 quarterbacks last year?
Because their quarterbacks always get hurt.
No, because their O
Well,
line
their
sucks.
quarterbacks always get hurt. That is kind of an indictment on the offense.
The O line
guess.
sucks. The O line is garbage. Well, and that's not really an indictment on them because, like we just said, most of the O lines in the league are not good. So it's Eagles. I'm gonna get to them in a minute. Eagles O line.
Browns.
Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys, Browns.
Browns, Lions.
Cowboys
Lions.
always got a good O line. Jerry
Jerry
is a
Hey,
Jerry
shout
can put some talent on the team,
is
bro.
a general manager. Like I
Hey,
can't. You can't.
I'm
hate
not
on
gonna lie. That nigga Jerry had a quote come out. He said, "If them blacks want, if them blacks want to run a team how they want to run it, let them buy their own team." I'm not gonna lie. Listen, that shit's crazy racist. But you could, Jerry, because you be running the fuck out your team.
You be. I'm not gonna lie. Jerry will give you a good roster every. When was the last time you could say a Cowboys team had a bad roster? It was like 5 years ago. And that was when
the year Dak got hurt, the roster wasn't all that
their
great.
defense was very weak.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
That
their
was
O-line
like
and
4 years
D-line
ago.
is always
And
up there.
that 1 year between Tony Romo and Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they had the high pick for Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's like if you can only name like couple, like 2-3 in the last for however
Like
long we've been
decade
alive.
and a half.
That is he is a great general
Also,
manager.
shout out to him for drafting Dak Prescott as well. Like I know
In the fourth.
I know it's like past the point because he's a Cowboys player and he's good and people are like is he worth his contract now? He was a 4th round pick. Like what a great steal that was.
All right. Speaking of O-lines that under/overperform, Eagles Patriots. We'll let Pop start it off.
Pop, Cook.
We was
Cook.
bullying them on that O-line, man. Judon ended Lane Johnson's streak first drive of the game. He didn't let up a sack in like 2 years straight. No sacks. Bullied.
We miss
Keon
you,
White,
John.
my rookie, if he was a first round pick, he'd be in the defensive rookie of the year sweepstakes, but second round picks don't usually really get that. It was like you gotta have the hype from being in the first round pick to get it. But he was bullying Lane Johnson, switch sides, bullied Jordan Mailata. That guy's gonna be an issue. Like that nigga is. If you see how he's built, I'd be very scared if I was an O-lineman. Just straight off like that. Gonzo had like so if you look at the stats, he gave up like I want to say like 70 yards between AJ and Smitty, but a lot of those was just like he was the nearest in the zone, and we were playing soft zone at times, so like it was a lot of comeback routes that AJ would catch or Smitty. AJ had like 2 comeback routes and they was like each like 15 yards, and Smitty had one that was like 12, but Smitty had like maybe 20 yards on Gonzo all game, and then AJ had like 50 probably, so he gave like 70 something. But a lot of it was comeback routes. AJ did beat him like twice. I'm not gonna lie. AJ routed him one time, and then the second time.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, first game of the year, and you playing against AJ Brown and Smitty. I do like how physical he was because coming into the draft, they were like, "Oh, he's not physical. He's very soft. We don't know about his motor. All that shit is dead." He sacked Jalen Hurts. A slim cornerback, sacked. You know how big Jalen Hurts is?
That's a big.
You know how much he squat?
That's a big boy. He
Pause.
cornerback blitz, and he sacked Jalen Hurts. I was hyped when I seen that. Last play of the game from the Eagles, he also got a crucial pass breakup on Smitty. He was bullying Smitty. Like he off the press. It was this one place. It was off the press. Smitty was about to run a slant, and he just pushed him. Like he just broke him out his release. And Smitty still stumbled, and then went into the zone, and he caught the pass. But that was like on the safeties and the linebackers was like a little bit far from him. But Gonzo had like a pretty good game for his first game. He played 100% of the snaps too. I feel like for Keon White, we gotta increase like this is our best draft class since that I can remember. Like all of our rookies played. And for us, I think we gave up 2 sacks, and they were both in the 4th quarter. And going into the game, I thought we were going to get punished because our O-line was it was decimated. Like, our 2 best O-linemen were both out. Well, our best O-lineman was out in Onmanu. He's our right guard. That's why we couldn't run our game. Because he really is the tone setter for our run game. And he was out, and then Cole Strange was also out. So we had 2 rookie guards in. And our right tackle, he didn't practice all summer because he had like a life-threatening sickness that we still don't know what it was or anything, but he didn't practice all summer. He wasn't in training camp, so he came in like after training camp, and he didn't even let up a sack. So against like the best D lineman in the league, I'm like insanely proud about my offensive line because I thought we were gonna let up like 8 sacks, and we let up 2. So it was a lot of like it was like a lot of like we gave up a lot of pressure. But I feel like Mac moved around very well in the pocket compared to Hurts. He played way better than Hurts in my opinion. And when
Mac looked very good. Mac,
He
I
look
gotta
he
agree.
he had a couple bad passes, especially in the first quarter. Like the pass to Kendrick Bourne that was tipped for a pick six, that was like a little high, and you could say the ball was wet because of the rain, but like that's just an excuse. Like he could have thrown better, and he said it himself. So I like what I saw from Mac. I like what I saw from our play calling. Like we were dicing them up. Like, and our defense didn't let up shit. Like so the Eagles scored 25, but
They scored 16 in the first quarter.
16 in the first quarter. But that was a short field off of Zeke fumble.
Yeah, pick six.
That was like they got the ball at the 26 and then the pick six, and then so apart from those, so if you take that, I know you can't really take points off the board, but if you take those 8
It's
points,
9
the
points in 3
defense
quarters, which is
9
great.
points in 3 quarters against the most explosive offense in the league last year. My defense is legit. I'm telling you, bro. And against the best O-line in the league, we were just after them. Like, we were after them. So, Judon got a sack. Uche got a sack. Gonzalez got a sack. We played very well. And we outplayed this Philly D-line. And I think what I said earlier, Philly isn't in my top 5 defenses is because they lost their safeties and they lost their linebackers. And it was very easy to, like, just take that shit over the middle. So, and they just lost Nakobe Dean for like a couple weeks. He's out for like I think 6 weeks. They said.
So a lot of injuries first week.
Yeah, a lot of
injuries.
It says a lot because Sirianni after the game he was like, we're gonna play our starters next year in the preseason. You gotta start playing starters in the preseason. It was very nasty week of football.
Yeah, that's my big takeaway from this game. The Eagles just look rusty because none of the starters played.
They look rusty, but we look good as well.
Yeah,
it's not like our
Patriots
starters
look
didn't
good.
play.
Y'all look good.
On top of the Eagles not looking great after the first quarter, the Patriots look good, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The defense looked great. Mac definitely performed.
Mm-hmm.
He made the plays. Like,
Gonzo looks as advertised.
Yeah. That's been what the beat reporters have been describing him all summer as advertised. It was the exact same.
I know he didn't catch that pass, but shout out to Booty. He broke my expectations. He was getting off on niggas.
I feel like
open.
that. Yeah, that
He just got to bring that second leg in. It's not college.
that's that college rule. They gotta change that. Like
they really do got to change that.
What is the point of like having a rule
it's
that
just meant
doesn't
to make it easier
Exactly.
on the kids, but it's like a lot of these niggas is trying to go to the league.
Yeah, it's not gonna translate.
You got to get that second leg.
You gotta change that. But yeah, so
it also makes it more, easy to score.
Yeah. Pop Douglas had a good game. I told y'all like about him. He had a good game. Kendrick Bourne had a really good game. Hunter Henry, great catch in that on that 4th down conversion.
Kendrick Bourne cooked Darius Slay.
He cooked him in the
in the end zone.
Yeah,
Cooked him.
cooked him and cooked Bradbury too that one time. I'm just saying, man. I've been telling niggas about Bourne and Matty P. We got beef because he blackballed Bourne last year. Bourne didn't play no games last year. He played like 5 games all season. Because like they have beef or whatnot. But I don't know why you take away your quarterback's best weapon. But Kendrick Bourne and Hunter Henry are gonna be his go-to guys. Juju, he just I don't know. He didn't even in like I don't know if y'all saw, but our last drive he didn't get a single snap.
Yeah, that knee might really be cooked.
I don't know if they're like working him back in, but like he doesn't look good. So he looks slow after the catch, and that was like the main reason we got him over Jacoby because Jacoby can't get you yak. That's his only issue, and Juju that was his thing. Like he's a yak guy. So I hope he fixes up, and if he does, we'll be good. I feel like we win that game if Devontae Parker was healthy, which is an if because he's never healthy. If we win that, because the 2 balls that Booty caught were Devontae Parker routes, and he wasn't healthy, and that he's actually very good on the sideline, so he would have kept his toes in. So that's what made me mad, but I think we showed enough that we can beat the Dolphins this Sunday. That's my takeaway. So I think we played well, but until I see us, because we've had so many of these valiant effort but couldn't pull it out in the end losses, and I'm really sick of it. Like post Brady, it's been nothing but that. Like we don't get blown out. It's always like this. So same thing with Cincy last year. It's like 22-18. Mondre fumbled in the last drive of the game, and then Cincy won. It was like I'm just sick of seeing that shit. Like I really hope we clutch up because Mac was making the throws. Like he was making the throws during that 2-minute drill in the end. He made every throw he needed to make. So I do think like the decision making in some of the downs was off because like I feel like we should have kicked that field goal on that fourth and what was it like a 4th and 3 that we didn't convert. It would have been like 22-25, and then we got the ball back because when Hurts fumbled, we got the ball back and we went back down on the field. So we could have kicked it again, went to OT, and win the game. But because even if we went to OT, I generally think that the Eagles would not have made a dent on our defense. But
Yeah, Patriots had the momentum.
yeah, we really did. We after the first quarter they did nothing, just field goals, and it was really a lockdown performance. So I'm happy about the defense. It was what I thought it would be. The offense, like after the first quarter blunders, they really rallied. I'm really happy, and I'm excited to see what we do Sunday because I think I feel like I know what we're gonna do on Sunday against Reek and Waddle.
All right, bet. Let's wrap it up, boys. We gonna finish out with your most surprising team, like the team you're most impressed with, and your most disappointing team.
Man, even though I'm gonna say a player because Anthony Richardson got a lot of he's not ready yet. He's a project quarterback type of buzz, and I think he was the best quarterback, the best rookie quarterback that played this week.
Absolutely.
Definitely was.
So he's definitely my impress for the week.
Okay.
Deshaun?
Most impressive team has to be Dallas.
Okay. Yeah,
As much as I didn't believe in the Giants, I just didn't expect them to get their shit stomped in like that.
Yeah,
I knew the Cowboys were gonna win, but they got.
I thought it would be competitive.
I thought it would. I didn't. I thought they would at least put up a fight.
Yeah, I thought it would be like. I feel like it would have gone away from them at the end, but I feel like I wanted it to be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that has
That's
to be the biggest surprise to me and the most impressive team that I saw. Just that defense is monstrous. Pop.
My biggest disappointment was the Seahawks. Like I did not expect them to play the way they did, and that was very disappointing because I thought they would win. I didn't know how comfortably it would be, but I feel like it would be like a 10-point game in the end, which is like reasonable. I thought the Rams, like I figured McVay would have them ready to play, but them like just going out there and losing at home in the opener, that was against like a team as like with so many unknowns as the Rams. It was very disappointing for me.
Yeah, I gotta agree. My biggest disappointment is Seahawks.
Yeah.
My biggest disappointment is the Bengals. Joe Burrow? Joe
Man, fuck them
Shiesty?
niggas, they frauds.
Joe Shiesty?
Fraudulent.
Who?
Frauds.
Bro,
Man.
82 yards on 30-plus pass attempts. No matter how you slice it, I don't care if the defense
30
was
plus?
spitting on your
He had
face.
41
Yes.
pass attempts.
41 pass
Yeah, he had
attempts?
41.
I thought it was like 34.
Let me double check and make sure.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't.
seeing
I don't
40.
care
I
if
thought
the
he threw it
defense
like
is close
20
enough to
times.
breathe on you. 41 pass attempts to put up 80 yards is really just not good enough.
That is very nasty.
What's your most impressive team, Pop?
I would say the Browns. The defense was nice. Like I like the if Deshaun fixes up, the Browns are gonna be very scary.
Very scary.
So if Deshaun is like 80% of what he was last season, if he can get to that by like week 6, I think the Browns is probably top 2 or win the division.
Correction, 31, not 41.
31.
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes a lot more sense. 41 and 82 yards is disgusting. That's 2 yards an attempt.
Hey, 31 on 82 yards
Is
is almost just as nasty.
it's still very nasty.
Let's be real.
That nigga should have at least hit 100.
And like 18 of those was like flat routes to Mixon.
Mixon.
Yeah. So Jamar had like 35 yards, Mixon had like 18, and the rest was just, BS.
All right. Close it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes podcast number 3
Yes, sir.
of Agenda Season. Guys, anything to say?
Thank you for tuning in as always. We'll
Hey,
see ya.
man. Bengals, we gonna whip them niggas' asses. We don't need nobody.
Couple good matchups this weekend. It's going to be fun.
And look, if you made it this far, share with a friend. Share with a friend of a friend. Your
Yes,
cousin, your mother, your uncle, your cat, your dog.
It's somebody.
Somebody.
Shout out my boy Lawrence. He subscribed.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Lawrence.
Thank you for all the subscriptions. We'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week.
Bye.